Thank you very much for staying with us and welcome to the home stretch. Well, she's a filmmaker and she's an actress, even though she looks like she's 15 years old. She's a graduate of economics from the Covenant University, and she has an advanced diploma in ethical hacking and cyber security. There is ethical hacking.
Let me keep my phone.
Ethical.
That's just, it's ethical, unethical.
Just. So why are you moving your stuff away?
I don't know what she has on.
No. You're safe with me. Ethical. Ethical is the word.
Hacking.
Ethical hacking and cyber security.
This man didn't go to school. Ethical hacking and cyber security. And she got that from the Aptech in India. Some of her work include Autophobia and Cold Room. Please welcome Stephaine Chidera Phillips.
Thank you.
Morning.
Thank you. Good morning.
And thank you for joining us this morning.
It's a pleasure. It's an honor to be here.
I don't think we've ever had a filmmaker this young as our guest.
Well,
is it just your looks, or is it that you are very young?
I'm 24, and I don't think that's young to be anything.
When did you graduate?
I graduated 2019 from Covenant, although I was supposed to graduate 2016, but I deferred for 2 years to go and pursue the diploma in Aptech because it was kind of like a dream and a passion. So, economics,
then dream and passion, IT.
Yes, IT.
And you had to go and do ethical hacking.
Yeah.
Now you need to explain that to my partner. Because he's still shifting his things up on his computer.
Because you never can tell.
No.
She did it in India.
No.
These things are done remotely.
Tell us about that.
Okay, so Aptech, it actually has various headquarters all over the world. Yeah. And it's not in India. It's owned by an Indian company.
Okay.
Jinstan. I did it in the Lagos branch, the one in Ikeja.
Okay.
So they were having a program that they were not going to do again. And I was already in CU at the time, so I had to defer for 2 years to go and join them because it was a one-off thing that I wasn't expecting to come. So after running that for 2 years, I went back and continued in CU to get my BSc because it was something that people were fighting against, but I really wanted to do it. And now what I do is I build websites and mobile apps for small and medium scale enterprises and anybody that needs a website or a mobile app.
And you're also a filmmaker.
Yeah.
So where do you find the time to do all this?
No, wait, before you even go to that one, let me ask this one. So economics, she's laughing. Economics,
cyber hacking.
Cyber security.
Ethical hacking.
Ethical hacking.
Hacking.
Stress under hacking.
Yes. Ethical or unethical. And movie making. What's the connection?
I wouldn't say there's a connection. It's all about passion and what you could do, what you can do, basically. I got my first computer certificate when I was around 8. That was from my dad before he died. He was a computer guru. And I just picked interest there. And I have passion to act. I enrolled for a film academy. I got scouted immediately. I got a role. And I realized that, oh, this is something I could do. I could do flawlessly. So why not? Then you go for auditions in Nigeria. You go there by 7 a.m. and nobody is even listening to you till like 11 p.m. and they tell you to come back. So Stephaine Phillips is like, okay, how do I break even? So I said, why can't I just be a filmmaker? Took a couple of classes, learned about it, did some understudy, and Autophobia came into place, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, Autophobia.
What's I'll learn about that when we return from this break.
It's not a fear of cars, I promise. Yes, we'll talk about it when we come back from this break. Welcome back, and thank you for staying with us. Now, before we went on that break, Ayo was wondering whether autophobia was the fear of cars.
It says auto. Is it auto? Is fear of autographs?
No,
just asking.
Come on. So talk to us about autophobia.
Hey, let me give you a little insight. So Autophobia is the fear of being alone or loved or deserted forever. It's a mental illness that leaves its patients with anxiety attack, panic attacks. They'll be frantic whenever they feel like they're going to be alone. Whether it's in a space or is without people in their lives or without loved ones, they do not want to be left alone, even if it's for 1 second. So when that happens, the mental illness takes over and they become frantic, basically. So that's what autophobia is all about. But
why are you writing about autophobia?
Okay, so it's a concept that isn't really known in this part of the world. But because it's not so known, we have to pair it with something else. So we paired it with IED. IED is intermittent explosive disorder. It's also a mental illness that is responsible for its patients to get angry easily, to get aggravated, aggressive, be violent. The mental illness basically can be treated. It has its own symptoms. Okay, so you hear that this lockdown period, there was, according to research, there was triple effect of domestic violence. It tripled. You were hearing a lot of homicides there, and the good thing about this movie, Autophobia, is that it focuses on gender-based violence in the sense that we're also acknowledging the fact that it's not just women that get abused. Men also get abused, but they cannot come out because they feel stigmatized. So what Autophobia is here to show everybody is it's educative. It's an educative film to teach everybody that this and this and this are things that are very, very prevalent in our society, and they actually can be treated and it can be taken care of if we only know the signs, if we know the symptoms, and if we know how it can be taken care of.
And the signs are, you know...
Okay, for autophobia, the signs...
No, don't tell us. Maybe they should go see it in the movie?
Yes, yes. Okay, that would be perfect, yes.
It premieres when?
The premiere's tomorrow. The premiere's tomorrow, 20th. It's going to be at Silverbird Galleria, Victoria Island, and we can't wait to show this magic to the world because we created magic.
We hope that all the COVID-19 protocols will be adhered to.
Yeah, definitely. That's our number one priority.
Stephaine, you are a very busy young lady. You are a graduate of economics.
Yeah.
You have a diploma in ethical hacking and cybersecurity.
Yes, ma'am.
You are a sickle cell survivor.
Yes, I am.
You have an online store where you sell skincare and hair care products.
Yes, ma'am.
How do you find time to do all this?
The best part of all the things I'm doing is that I can do that from my bed. That's the best part. Because I'm sickle cell anemic, I don't like anything that has to do with stress. Stress is my biggest no. So my store, I have dispatch riders. When you make an order, we get it packed and dispatch riders come and pick it up. I don't have to move around too much. Then when I get jobs, my team, we come over to the office. We just work on our laptops. The only thing that was a bit rigorous was acting, because you cannot say you're doing acting from the bed.
That's true.
But then again, it's all in sync. It's not like I'm going out of my way to overdo and underdo. No, everything just comes together pretty well. So that's
interesting.
It.
So now I know one of those things that you can't do remotely. You can't act remotely.
No, you can't. You can't.
Or you can present remotely.
You're just an inspiration. Now, apart from Autophobia, what other movies have you done or are you planning to do?
I've done Cold Room. It's a movie about sex for grades in universities.
Is that as a result of an experience of yours?
It's not my personal movie. It's a movie I acted in. I was scouted for, the one I was scouted for after Film Academy.
Okay.
And when I was younger, I did another movie called Hellbound. I think that was what even gave me the hope to act. when I was about 8 years old, hellbound. So, and drama in schools and church and all that. So that's basically the project I'm doing now. Then we have another one in February, in which we're going to have a closed audition for. We're looking at other problems in the society, because when Steffi Productions basically is supposed to be changing lives through storytelling of real life events. Everything we want to talk about, everything we want to come to your screen has to be educative and touch an issue in the society that is being ignored, basically. So that's where we are right now.
Or some that are being addressed.
Being addressed, being ignored, coming together. But I really want to focus on things that are ignored, because we have a whole lot of repetition in the movie industry. I want to come and make a change. I want to talk about things that people would actually benefit from.
Yeah, you've talked about an inhibition, but what other inhibitions are there in the line of what you do, especially the acting part?
Okay, so I think I don't know how to put this in
Put
words.
it in English.
That'll do.
I think it's the fact that merit is missing. I can't just go for an audition and be picked because of I know what I'm doing. I think you have to, from all my experiences, you have to know somebody to know somebody to know somebody. And I think that is the #1 issue, because we have a whole lot of actors and actresses with talents, but there's no projection to the world because they don't know that person or don't know that person or know that person. Me, I've had my experience. I've had my personal experience. So I think that's the first problem to be addressed.
Well, I haven't had that kind of problem.
I mean,
Stephanie Phillips, filmmaker, actress, economics graduate,
Hacker.
ethical hacker,
ethical, always put it there.
ethical hacker, and owner of an online store. Thank you very much for coming to Sunrise this morning.
Thank you for having
me. We wish
me.
you all the best at your premiere tomorrow.
I must see you there.
Must see us there.
So, you see,
you heard that?
You are hereby bound to be there.
Thank you very much for coming.
Thank
wish you all
for
the best.
having me.
And just before we go, a shout out to my little girl Bisola over at Napier Estate. I know you're watching, and I know you're enjoying Sunrise. And that is Sunrise.
Yes.
Oh, yes, you're women.
My men and women. The figures are rising. The COVID-19 figures are rising. So avoid touching men. Mouth, eye, and nose. Avoid touching men. However, you are advised to follow women to prevent COVID-19. Wash your hands, that's the W, with soap. Obey directives, that's the O. Move away from crowded places. Exercise regularly, that's the E. And never ignore warnings. So, follow women.
And that's where we drop the anchor for today. We'll bring you a fresh edition next Saturday. I'm Alera Idu, wishing you all the best and Merry Christmas, because I'm going to see you after Christmas.
And I'm Ayo Makinde. Ayepa. Have a good day.
Bye.